Welcome back to a brand new video. We'll be starting a new series with Chichi. Since she actually has potential and actually can fight, we will just turn her into a fighter in this new scenario story. It's like she walked away from being a fighter and just became a full-time normal mother. We will tweak with Chichi by a little bit and make her as a fighter and not just a full-time mother. What if Chichi became a Saiyan? It's a bit of a strange scenario. Like and subscribe and comment down below if I should do in other parts of the series. Let's get 5 likes on this video and let's continue. Now without the morning announcements, let's get to the video. To start our story, it will be between the time period of the 23rd World Tournament and the Saiyan Saga. Let's just say about a year before Raditz arrived. Chichi and Goku are married together and they're enjoying some peace together. They settled down and had a kid, and it's Gohan. For the story, we want Gohan to be a hybrid Saiyan, that's all. The only way to make Chichi the Saiyan is ask Shinron. They wanted to ask Shinron to Chichi to be just like Goku. Shinron wasn't as sure, so they had to clarify this. They said that they wanted Chichi to be just like Goku. So as Saiyan, the wish was made in moments after Chichi got pierced with the tail. It seemed that the wish worked. She does remember that Goku had a tail when he was a kid. Chichi and Goku begin their sparring, and it seems that Chichi got faster and feels a lot stronger than she was during the battle. She feels that she should be keeping with her training. A year later, and it's been 5 years since the 23rd World Tournament ended, Tenkaichi Budokai. Everyone has gotten stronger and they're ready for the new foe to come out. Z fighters still may not be ready for Piccolo. The power levels here will be super strange, so to be honest, I won't do very many. Goku's at the highest with 650, Chichi at 600, Piccolo at 450, and the rest is the same for everyone. Gohan as a 4-year-old has reasonable of 50. It's a lot stronger than the canon because he only had a power of 1 or 3. With his high potential, he could surpass someone. The reunion after 5 years has come and they arrive on the island of Kame House. Master Roshi, Krillin, and Bulma were already there. It was exciting to see everyone again. It was surprising that Chichi and Goku had a kid and they settled down. Earlier that day though, there was a crater and killed some people too. Piccolo fought this very mysterious person. He had very long hair and was looking for a man named Kakarot. Piccolo didn't waste any time and did his hardest attack at this man, and it did nothing. The man left and continued to look for Kakarot. The others were very surprised to meet Gohan and noticed that Chichi has a tail. They got confused, but they got interrupted by something. Suddenly Goku felt a very high power level coming their way. This was already scary enough that it could be worse than Piccolo. This man arrives on Kame House and sees everyone. He sees Goku and calls him Kakarot. Goku was very confused about what this man was doing or even saying. Goku told this man to leave the planet. The man did not take it very serious and introduces himself as Goku's older brother Raditz. It turns out that this planet was supposed to be conquered a long time ago and sold and moved to the next one. Everyone was rather confused and looks like Goku. This man's name is Raditz and he's Goku's long lost brother from space. Goku didn't believe a single thing that this man was said. The others wanted to hear Raditz out in case he decides to kill them. Raditz explains that he's part of a group called the Saiyan. They're kind of like planet brokers. They go to space and sell planets for a reasonable price. Kind of similar to the Heaters from the Dragon Ball Super manga. Goku was surprised and still wouldn't listen to what Raditz had to say. He was sweating and was creeped out with this man just standing in front of them. Raditz noticed that Chichi had a tail. He was confused. He was quite sure that Kakarot was the only person who was sent to this planet. How could she be here? Chichi was about to say something, but Goku stopped her in case of something bad happened. Raditz notices that Goku does not have a tail. Raditz was sick when he heard that Goku cut his tail a long time ago. Raditz was still ready to attack them, but Goku gets in front and tries to kick Raditz, but nothing really happened and Goku gets knocked down. Gohan sees this and was about to run to his father, but Chichi stopped him and Chichi and Krillin decided to fight him. It was going bad. Goku was slow to get up and wanted to get into the fight, but someone grabs him and takes him somewhere else. And this was Piccolo. It was a weird entrance, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Goku was shocked that Piccolo was even here. Piccolo apparently said that he spied on the person that they're fighting right now. He did say that he wasn't able to beat him, or anyone can. He suggested that they should team up and it should probably do some damage. They get into the battle and they try to come from behind, but nothing works and instead they get knocked down. Chichi's trying to keep her own and using her skills from her training, but nothing worked and tried to Kamehameha and failed. Gohan was scared and didn't know what to do. He thinks of all the people that are fighting right now and he's just doing nothing but standing there. He saw his parents just get knocked down. Raditz's scouter goes off and a power level rose. His power went from 1000 and still went higher. This was Gohan. It seemed that he could become stronger from anger. Raditz wasn't even sure how he would be able to stop it. Gohan does an attack and runs at Raditz, puncturing him, and ends up knocking Raditz to the ground. Gohan just falls to the ground. He was confused about what he has just done. Piccolo and Goku were the most surprised. They couldn't believe that something like that could be caused by anger. This actually could make him the strongest warrior on the planet. Raditz was unconscious and his scar remains on. This here's the defeat of Raditz. Raditz does wake up and cannot get up, and in his final words says that there are two Saiyans that will be arriving 1 year from now from another planet, and they will be the ones that will end all the Earthlings. On another planet though, two Saiyans named Vegeta and Nappa listened in. They called Raditz pathetic for his performance. They couldn't stand that he lost to fighters less than 1,000. They decided to leave the planet and go to Earth. They did also want to recruit Kakarot for the battle against Frieza. They did hear about some woman with a tail. That was worth investigating. They also heard that Raditz was defeated by a kid. Meanwhile on Earth, the Z-Fighters weren't sure what to do. Krillin, Tien, and Yamcha train on the lookout with Kami. The Sun family decides to train together and also with Piccolo occasionally. Piccolo was sure that he wanted to do some training and wanted to train Gohan so he would be able to control it. But then after it will just be enemies. The training continues and the year goes by and it's 1 year later. Everyone has gotten a lot stronger. The humans were actually the same power level as canon. For the others, Goku's still the strongest at 7,000, but it's a little bit less than canon, but oh well. Chi-Chi's at 6,000, Piccolo at 5,000, and Gohan at a reasonable 3,500. The fight will commence and we will taking place in a wasteland. The fight can commence and we're taking place in a wasteland in the middle of nowhere. The Saiyans fly to the foot site and see everyone. There is the Z-Fighters. This was about to be the fate of Earth on the line. Nappa was the most surprised when he saw the Saiyan lady and the Namekian. They wondered if there was some wish warps. Everyone said that they had Dragon Balls. They seemed even more interested than just fighting. They just wanted them to tell about the Dragon Balls so they can be immortal. Piccolo and Goku said no thanks and proceeded to go on their stance. Since the Z-Fighters don't seem enough to beat them, Vegeta said he'll fight Kakarot and the rest will go to Nappa. It's a bit strange, but it should work. In order for Goku vs Vegeta, they moved to the site a little further so it wouldn't get in the way. On the site, Vegeta offered Goku a job to join. Vegeta did say that he had someone that he wants to defeat and so he can become the ruler of the universe. Goku learns about Frieza and wants to fight this foe, but for the joining thing, no thanks. They begin and it goes kind of one-sided. Vegeta and Goku exchange blows, but it seems like Vegeta has the upper hand. Meanwhile, with the others, they are fighting against Nappa and it's more one-sided against Nappa. Nappa makes short work of everyone and they're severely injured. Chichi and Piccolo are the only ones that remain and Gohan. They may be foes working together, but they should work together just to protect Earth. Chichi had only a brief fight and some sparring with Goku and Gohan, but other than that, this is probably the first serious match she's about to have. Chichi uses her skills and gets some great hits on Nappa. Nappa is bleeding out and is very furious. He's had enough and takes his Saiyan armor off and powers up. Now this should be really interesting. Nappa does some attacks and kills Krillin and Tien. It goes bad, but Piccolo goes at Nappa and does an attack and knocks Nappa to a nearby mountain. Nappa is seriously about to lose, but he still does not believe and goes to Chichi. Chichi does a Kamehameha and Piccolo does a Makanko Southpaw and they shoot together and it gets Nappa well and kills him. It was very quick though. Vegeta felt that Nappa's ki was gone. He was quite disappointed, but at the same time he doesn't have a use of a Saiyan that cannot move. Vegeta rarely leaves his guard open and Goku punches Vegeta in the face. Vegeta regains his balance and throws Goku. The others fly to the battle and they see that Goku is about to die soon. He's on the ground in pain and his shirt is off. This hurts that he doesn't have Kaioken on his side. Vegeta thought that this would be a waste to fight all of them. He actually didn't want to kill them, but he explained something that everyone probably should be able to hear. He actually didn't want to kill them, but he did explain something that everyone should hear. Vegeta explained that there's a threat named Frieza and he wants to defeat him. He doesn't actually believe that he's strong enough yet, so he's asking Kakarot to kill Frieza with him. The Earthlings were not so sure about this, but Goku thought it was okay. They could fight again once they become stronger. Vegeta was pretty pleased, but also a rare spare. But he goes into his pod, tries to find Frieza, and he's gone. The others are planning to train for the next 2 months before they go to Planet Namek. Others have to figure out what they want to do. They did hear about Vegeta and Nappa talking about the Namekian. They did talk about Planet Namek having orbs, and they didn't believe that it was on Earth. So they think that they should be planning to train for 2 months before they go to Planet Namek and wish everyone back. And that will be the end of our part. What did you think? Thank you, and peace.